What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about something completely off the rails. It's not even drama based. It's just something I wanted to talk about because I watched this with my girlfriend the other night, and it was, I don't know how this hasn't not been talked about, or maybe it did get talked about and it just got, completely pushed under the rug. But this is one of the most insane things I've ever seen on live television, and I have not seen it talked about. It's insane. So yeah, you're probably wondering, why isn't he talking about Mr. Beast issue, the drama? I'm gonna get to that. Let me have my moment. All right, let me talk about it.
As I promise, and even it's been a week.
I'll make a whole separate video about the Mr. Beast drama. But today we're going to be talking about the hit TV show Catfish. Now, if you don't know what catfish is, or you don't even know the lingo behind catfish, essentially a catfish is when you portray yourself as somebody that you are not. So if I were to portray myself as a female and try to basically, again, portray that I'm not who I say I am, and then I meet up with said person I was having relations with, and I'm not who I say I am. That's basically what a catfish is. Obviously, that's like the extreme version of it. Obviously, there's like little ones where you don't exactly look what you say you look like, or what you portray on the internet. You know, whether it's filters, makeup, whatever it might be, there's that type of stuff. But we're gonna be talking about a specific episode in season 8, episode 32, titled Paul and Katie. And now, right off the bat, this season is during the whole COVID era, when it was very, very big, and we had to be inside and all these regulations. It was a big thing. But Catfish was like, you know what, we're still gonna do it. We still got Skype, we still got Zoom, we got all this stuff. So that's what we're gonna do. So the show must go on. The show must go on, and boy, did it go on. So the episode starts out with not even the main person who feels like they might be getting catfish, but actually their fiance, which is insane. I know. It's Paul's fiance, Samantha, writing to Catfish. This is what the entire email said roughly. She basically talks about how 10 years ago, Paul was had a relationship over Xbox, and he is now, I believe, like 26 or 23, one of those. They have 3 kids. You know, they're not married quite yet because of Samantha had a bad relationship before Paul, and so she wants to take things, of course, slow. It's actually not Paul the one that's, not wanting to get married. It's actually Samantha, not right away. But it's whatever. It's fine. But she talks about how 10 years ago, Paul had a serious relationship for about 2 years with a woman named Katie, or a girl Katie at the time, because they were under the age of 18. So, mind you, both of them, Paul and Katie, are 16 at the time. Now, they were dating for 2 years, and at the 2-year mark, Paul was ready to move in with Katie, and they actually lived very close by. They wanted to move in. They've been communicating for over 2 years. They've known each other. They haven't met, which is, again, I don't know how on these shows people don't see it as a red flag, but that's just me. Anyways, they've been talking for over 2 years. They've had various conversations. Let's just say they've had sexually charged conversations. They've had very emotional conversations. They've had the whole spectrum. They've had the whole 9 yards. They've had everything. So Paul was like, let's move in. And Katie was down at first, but the day of when they were supposed to move in together, Katie just completely ghosted him. Nowhere to be seen. Nowhere. And Paul, justifiably so, was pissed and did not communicate to Katie for over a year, until Katie tried reaching back out and was like, hey, I'm sorry and stuff like that. And Paul was like, I don't want to fucking hear it. Like, that was not cool, and basically ghosted her back. And so, years went by. Paul found Samantha. They had their family. They were in a relationship. But Paul actually reached out to Katie not too long ago, and just thinking about stuff, because he never really got closure. He never really got to see Katie, never really got to know what it was like. And Paul DM'd Katie over Instagram, and somehow she didn't know who the hell he was, which was crazy. And Paul was like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean? We knew each other for 2 years. Like, you said I was the love of your life. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. That's basically what it is. Samantha is writing to Catfish on Paul's behalf, and basically being like, this is messing with our relationship. Like, you know, he's very hung up on her, not in the sense that he wants her, he just wants closure. He never really got to see her and, you know if she was real. And of course she's like, well, I hope she's a catfish. Keep that in mind that Samantha wants Katie to be a catfish. So after this, basically, you know, they talk to Neve, I believe it's Neve. Neve essentially talks to Paul and Samantha and basically gets the rundown, then talks to Paul privately, yada, yada, yada. And then we're getting to the meat and potatoes. So of course they're doing image searches, and you know, some stuff comes up, some stuff doesn't. So then they tell Paul, hey, this is what we found. Come to find out, this is the shit kicker. This is insane. If you couldn't tell, Katie is spelled C-A-I-T-E-A. First off, right off the bat, that's a red flag. Please write down in the comment section, have you ever seen somebody named Katie spelled C-A-I-T-E-A? Please, never seen that before. So right off the bat, that's a red flag. But then Katie was actually a person, but not spelled this way. It's actually, I think it was K-A-T-Y, but it was a whole nother Katie. And they actually found it when they were doing their due diligence and searching and stuff like that. They actually found a Reddit post saying, hey, this Katie is not who they say they are. They're a catfish. And they literally linked it to the actual Katie's account on Facebook. And she's married, by the way, and doesn't know who the fuck Paul is. Shocker to absolutely no one. So Neve reaches out to that Katie and gets her side of the story. And she basically says, yeah, you know, I've had a whole bunch of guys come to me and basically be like, hey, you know, we talked for X amount of time. But of course, this Katie doesn't know who they are. So she tells them and stuff like that. And this has been happening for years and years. And the sounds of the conversation, it seems like she doesn't know who's behind it. And she's just kind of accepted that this is what it is. And that somebody on Xbox all these years ago is impersonating her and has her pictures and stuff like that. But here's the shit kicker. Paul, obviously back then, received, let's just say, very risque pictures of Kate. And when Neve asked her about this, she said, well, that wasn't me. I don't know who would have my pictures. And she's like, well, actually, there is one person, but I don't think that they would do it in a million years. And then she abruptly ends the conversation because she's at work and that she will, you know, message them at a different time. She then sends them a video saying, hey, you know, a video of her face, of course, and her saying, I don't know who Paul is, blah, 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 blah. I've never been on Xbox. She did play Xbox years ago, but it's not her. So they're kind of at a dead end-ish because they don't know who the real Katie is, but they told Paul, hey, the actual Katie, but we don't know who the actual person behind Katie who's been talking to you is. So obviously Paul's distraught that it's not the person that he thought it was, but he did not know what was about to follow up, because holy shit, when I was watching this with my girlfriend, me and my girlfriend were, our jaws were on the ground of how crazy this twist is. So they've had a couple Zoom meetings with Paul, Samantha. Obviously Paul is distraught. He's very pissed off. He's just like, I just want to know who it is, and so I can basically move on with my life with my kids and marry Samantha. So they do some more digging, and actually real Katie hits them back up and was like, hey, did you guys find anything? And Neve is like a little confused because she gave off the impression that this was it, you know, she didn't really want any involvement in it, and was like, no, we didn't find anything yet, did you? And then basically she wanted to get into a call, and mind you, they're already in a call with Paul right now, because they messaged, because she messaged Neve during the call. She's like, okay. He was like, okay, I mean, I guess you can join. And so she joins. And she's like, oh, hold on, we're missing one person. And everybody but Katie's like, who the fuck is this other person? Everybody's like, who is this? And then lo and behold, it's this random older woman that nobody knows. And then Katie introduces her to everybody, and it's her mother. And everybody's shocked, like, okay, why is your mother here? Come to find out that Katie's mother was the one that was texting Paul and all of these other young boys. Let me repeat that. This 40 to 50-year-old woman was texting and sexting younger boys that were under the age of 18. I believe this whole thing is taking place in Michigan, which the age of consent in Michigan is 16. So technically, there's nothing wrong with that sense, with talking to them sexually, I believe. It could be wrong, but you know, that's obviously with text, that's what it is. But here's where the illegal part comes in. Remember how I brought up that Paul got risque pictures of Katie? By the way, some of which were nude, but Katie had no idea how Paul got them because she did not send it to him. So you're probably thinking, well, the mom did it. Well, it has to be the mom. How did the mom do it? Well, it was the mom. You're probably wondering, how did she get access to them? She would go into Katie's phone when she was asleep and obviously look for new pictures to send Paul. And lo and behold, the Holy Grail, a nude photo to send Paul to keep him going for her enjoyment. You're probably wondering, why is Katie's mom doing this? Why did she do this? Apparently, she had a whole bunch of shit going on in her life where, Katie moved out with her now husband. Her husband, I think, passed away or something like that. And basically, she was all alone. And so she didn't have anybody to give her attention. So what does she do? She goes online and tries to get it from other people. And it started off as something that was just like, I just want people to know me and give me attention. Nothing of the sorts where I would want a relationship. Well, obviously that wasn't the case, because it turned into something drastically bigger, to the point where it was a full-blown relationship with sexually charged messages to a minor and a distribution of nude photographic pictures to a minor. Mind you, Katie was above the age of 18 when she took those nude pictures. So that would have been even worse if she was underage. But the fact that you took your nude photos of your daughter and sent it to a boy online is crazy to me. She should be in jail. She's distributing pornographic images to a minor. That's illegal. That is full-blown illegal. Whether or not what she did while texting is illegal, it's just wrong. It's predatorial-ish. You know what I mean? It's very wrong, because again, she's like a 40 to 50-year-old woman having these emotionally charged and sexually charged conversations with a 16-year-old. Crazy. Disgusting. I don't know how this got aired and nobody thought to, report this to the authorities. Whether this happened 10 years ago or not, you have the evidence. This is just wrong. This is just full-blown wrong. It's disgusting. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. I don't even know. If you guys want me to cover more catfish episodes, or if you want me to cover some crazy episodes of a particular TV show or movie that you think I would find interesting, let me know down in the comment section below, and I will, take a gander at it. But let me know what you guys think about this episode in the comment section below. I think this shit is absolutely insane. I don't know how it hasn't got talked about, but here we are. I'm gonna get about up here, and I'm gonna go, I don't even know. I might go get some food. I ain't gonna lie, but I don't know. I'm gonna get out of here, and I'll catch y'all in the next episode. Again, don't do drugs. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. All that jazz, YouTuber stuff. Okay, bye. Don't do drugs. Bye.